This Tuesday morning, the government has announced 70,000 social and affordable homes will be built in England over the next 10 years in a bid to address the housing crisis. £10 billion will be allocated to areas outside of London, with an additional £6 billion for the capital. It's part of a wider social house building programme, but of the 70,000 announced today, only around 60% will be for social rent. Suzanne Mooner is from Social Housing Action Campaign and joins us now. Suzanne, good morning. The Mayor has welcomed the announcement, saying it will help deliver thousands of homes we need here. What did you make of it?
Well, it is welcome, and it is welcome as a sign that government is recognising, which a lot of campaigners have been saying for a long time, that actually building in partnership with private developers, or the emphasis being private developers and housing associations who are also private organisations, has really failed to deliver. I mean, we are seeing the biggest housing emergency that we've had in decades and decades. So it is an admission that really the best way to deliver new housing is actually through councils, and there is a turn towards councils. As was said in your piece, I think that there is it is a shame that they've decided not to make sure that 100% of these new build properties are going to be for social rent, because they are the best way of providing large-scale public housing, for people that people can genuinely afford. So we would have liked to have seen that maintained at 100%, really, rather than just 60% for social rent.
London has the most acute housing crisis in the country. Is this going to be enough to turn us around and get us moving in the right direction?
It depends what the money can be used for. For example, there are 11,000 council homes in London that are standing empty, and a large proportion of those just need to be refurbished, need to be made good so that people can move into them. So you could get some very, very quick wins just by investing in the existing properties. And it is, 70,000 new homes is going to take a lot of people out of temporary accommodation. So that is a good way to go. But we need these to be council homes. We need these to be under democratic ownership, where there can be a much more planned approach towards housing those who are in greatest need, making sure that it becomes permanent housing for people rather than just more temporary accommodation, and it can't be sold off to anyone. We would like to see an end to right to buy, because that does, first of all, councils have to sell. They have to sell those properties. If someone applies and meets the criteria, they have to sell their properties under the right to buy scheme, and they have to sell them at a very heavily discounted rate, which obviously means that you start losing the properties that you are building. So what we would like to see, you lose council housing, so you lose, the plug is out, as it were. You try to fill the bath and the plug is out. What we would like to see is that the right to buy scheme comes to an end, where with such an acute housing emergency, as you've just said, there isn't really any justification for leaving right to buy open. We should be protecting the housing that we've got and then building more on top of that.
Suzanne, really good talking to you this morning. Thank you so much for the insights.